Lilo and Stitch, Disney's best
Best live action movie.
live action movie, in my opinion.
6 to 6.
In my you get the retelling of the Lilo and Stitch story, the 626 saga.
Almost beat for beat.
Almost, but I don't mind the changes they made.
No,
the only thing I thought this movie was good. I thought they nailed Stitch. I thought they nailed the story.
They nailed Lilo.
No, 100%. The little girl who plays Lilo, being her first movie, she did a really good job.
Yeah. Those are the title characters are the best thing in the whole movie.
Yeah.
They where the original Stitch movie was, yes, it had to do with Stitch and her sister, and Stitch, Lilo and her sister, like having a side story of her taking care of it. Now they put more of an emphasis on like her being young and having to take care of Lilo, but then
which is also in the cartoon.
Yeah, but this is for some reason I felt like they focused on this more, because in the cartoon I felt it was like, hey, let's figure out how to make Stitch not be a bad person, like, because that's the thing about the Lilo and Stitch movie is like Stitch is, the way I see it, is Stitch is that embodiment of people of the bad part of you and how to control the bad part of you, right, from doing bad things. I like this movie. I thought
the Stitch characters also was used for so that Lilo can learn how to calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
it's just like, hey, you see how he's acting stupid? That's you too. So you need to you know how I feel now.
Yeah, I think it revolves around three, like Lilo, Stitch, and Nani.
Yeah, Nani's learning how to grow up at the same time. Realize that she's responsible, has to be responsible for another life and doing everything she can.
And that's the difference between. And that's the difference between the cartoon one, because I think Nani felt like she was a little older in the cartoon one. Here,
how can you tell?
It felt like I'm not saying you could tell. It's like it felt like in the cartoon that she's meant to be a little bit older, right? Even though she's trying to take care of Lilo, it's a little bit older. Here in the movie, they went a little younger, like maybe just out of high school, early college. Like, how are you going to take care of a kid? You're not even taking care of your own future. That kind of stuff. I like how they did that story. The things that they changed in the movie, I didn't mind. I saw Lilo and Stitch, when it came out, as the cartoon, and when I saw this one, I know people have a big problem with, they made these changes. I didn't see an issue with it. I thought
there was no Captain Gantu, but really don't need him.
I didn't really. It would have been cool to see him.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I think if you notice,
shark, but
yes,
you really don't need him.
Yeah. No,
I mean, people are losing their minds going, "Oh my god!" In reality,
it's like, you still get the Men in Black CIA agent, right? You still get him.
Even though I would have liked to have seen him as just the social worker, but I understand why they changed it up, because they had to bring in Tia Carrera. They had to put her in something.
Tia and Jason Scott Lee. They're both in the movie, and they're both in it. Even though Tia Carrera gets a bigger part.
Nani in the first.
She plays Nani, yeah.
And Jason Scott's
in the second
the
one.
guy.
Yeah, the surfer dude.
Yeah.
But I think that the changes that they made were fine. I didn't have an issue with it. I think the movie looks great. Stitch looks great. Stitch looked really good. The aliens in the movie looked great, right? Zach Galifianakis.
I also like that they did the human transformation thing instead of just wearing the costume.
I thought that would have been funny if they did the costumes, but I don't mind. I see, like, practically, it works better.
That's right. The main issue I have is Zach Galifianakis. Yeah,
his teeth. And what's up with his teeth?
Well, no, okay. Well, I mean, he kind of matches the character, but it's not the point. Like, if you turn him human, kind of whatever. But I wanted to hear the voice.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear that. I'm like, no,
I was fine. Again, I didn't have an issue with that.
No, but hearing his voice, I was like, all I kept hearing was Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. When you watch a Tom Cruise movie, you hear Tom Cruise. I mean,
no,
I'm not going to hear Tom Cruise wishing I heard The Rock.
No. Can you smell the cooking? Can you? Can you? Huh? No. It's that was bad, I know. But Zach Galifianakis, I hear Galifianakis. I don't hear him as a character or as the of what he's playing. Like he's not new. It just feels like him. It's like I'm watching an episode of Two Ferns.
I hadn't seen him in anything lately,
Yeah,
so I guess
he's made his money. He doesn't care.
No, but I think really between those two, Billy, was it Magnuson, the guy who plays
He was fine.
He was
I
good.
think he was great. I thought the comic relief that he brought, it wasn't overly too goofy. It made sense. All right, because it's a character who loves Earth and he wants to be like on Earth and he wants to be part. He wants to like see the humans. I thought
I also like that they still kept the little ice cream gag when the
yeah,
ice cream keeps falling on, because that's in the original.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Not the same character, but
No,
Well,
but it's
because it
good.
was a cartoon, it was a person.
I enjoyed it. I had there was laughs in it. There's a lot of heart in this movie, and it's well paced. It is longer than the cartoon. They filled it up with a few more things, but I didn't feel it. I thought the movie was really well done. I think because of the actors that play Lilo and Nani. And even Stitch, because Stitch is still, you get the same voice actor that does Stitch. It's Stitch is who you want, right? Stitch is crazy, especially the stuff at the beginning in space. I thought that looked great. I thought all that stuff in space with all the aliens, I thought that looked great. And and then when you now bring in Stitch into the human world, onto that island, I thought it was another thing. And then you hear the music, the Hawaiian roller coaster ride, that was good. The you still get Stitch's love of Elvis, or him falling in love with Elvis,
yeah.
like all that stuff. You get all that in this movie, and
It's very Hawaii.
it was fun. It was a fun. It's one. It's the better
It's
of
the
the
best.
animated the remakes. It stuck to
This
it.
one in Snow White.
Yeah, this
Man, the internet did her dirty with like all the memes and like with
She
the
did
face
herself dirty, bro.
Yeah, well, that's on her. But no, it's like this is
I gotta
the
really
best.
kill nobody.
This is the best remake, like animated the remake of the live action remake of an animated movie that Disney has done. And it's another thing, they didn't add anything that changes the story tone overall. They didn't do
Yeah.
any. They didn't send a giant message in this movie either. They didn't do any of that stuff. They kept it what it was. Right? They kept the heart of Lilo and Stitch.
Which is what I've been saying for the longest. Don't change the live action movies. Keep them the same. If
What?
it has to be beat for beat, do it beat for beat. But the originals had their magic, and if
Yeah.
you change them up, you lose that magic.
Well, you also got to realize that in some of these live actions that have done, the ones that actually have an original, when you go beat for beat and in live action, it's sometimes the message that they have in the movie originally looks way more exaggerated in live action for some reason, because you're telling a human story with human people, not a cartoon. The cartoon, you could throw it out there and be like, oh yeah, be nice to each other. But it's like, it just feels like, be nice to everybody. Like it's more dramatic, and it makes everything look exaggerated. Like it's like, oh, I don't want to hear that. It's like I just want to watch the movie.
Yeah, but then make another movie. Don't try to recreate something that's already been made and
But
then
you want to
completely
make
change it.
money off the name.
Exactly.
That's
But
the
then
thing.
in order to make money, you have to keep them the same. You have to keep that same magic, because if not, you're destroying something that somebody's already loved for many years.
Yeah, but a lot of kids don't gravitate towards the old school animation anymore because
Well, that's the reason why they have the reboot, right?
Exactly.
You're rebooting it for a new generation. Like
Yeah,
there's
but
kids,
that's-
you like your hold on, like your kids weren't born when Lilo and Stitch came out, right? They know of the Stitch character because he's around Disney him as a character, you know, just as Stitch.
and I
But
do the voice. That's
the new generation they don't know this movie. Yes, they can see the animated, but they're like, that's not kind of what I want, because the new generation didn't grow up on a hand-drawn animation. So this is the perfect way of making the movie. You're still keeping the heart and the story of the original, just adding you're peppering in different things. You're making small changes, not drastically changing the story or
exactly.
changing it up. You're keeping it still the same. That's why this movie worked completely.
This guy, did you just say exactly? Then what the heck were you arguing
No,
about?
no, but no. The argument is that with the other live action movies, that's the issue. Is everything looks more dramatic in human form or in live action form? Even though fuck the Lion King movies, those aren't live action. The whole thing's CG. So I mean, you're just making it look realistic-ish, and you change the story completely. That I have an issue with, because if it's all animated,
Yeah,
and then the remake's animated,
And
but
the music too. The music, that's what kills those other ones too, is that they don't keep the same music. They update songs and then they don't have the same
other
magic.
ones.
Well,
That's why
Lin-Manuel can't do everything.
Well, that's the thing. This movie didn't have anyone singing in it, right? That's
Yeah.
like the best part. It used existing songs, or the only song that they have is a background song other than the Elvis songs, right?
Yeah.
But this movie was made more for, let me tell the story of this little girl and this alien that are pretty much the same. They're both crazy. They're both hyper. They both are like, they both do bad
Outcasts.
things, right? And yeah, they're both completely outcasts. Let me tell this parallel story, but let's bring them together and see how they fix each other, right? And I like that they brought more of the pictures of the family, Lilo's family, and like the parents. They did a lot more of that stuff. I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really well done. And again, the better of all the remakes.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, and the nods that they had to the original animation, like bringing in, like we said, Tia Carrera, Jason Scott Lee, bringing them in, changing the character, which I didn't really mind, right? Like the small, and Gantu not being there, I would have liked to see it, at least like a little small, just have him walk past, but I didn't mind it. I thought the way the movie flowed was still well made, and this is exactly what I would have wanted a Lilo and Stitch movie to be. This is fine. This is perfect. I wouldn't change anything about this movie, because I think the little girl who played Lilo really did a great job for being her first movie, or her first anything.
Yeah.
I thought she did a great job, and I would give her all the props. Even the sister too.
Yeah.
Sister actually looks like the cartoon.
Yeah. I was kind of bored like the first hour. There was so much exposition.
This isn't Mission Impossible. This is not Mission Impossible. This movie's not even like, this movie's like an hour and 40 minutes.
I was thinking about doing that too.
No, it's a great movie. I think everybody should watch it.
Oh yeah.
If you guys did you guys see Lilo and Stitch? Let us know in the comments below. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
And in the theater, all the kids were quiet. Nobody was talking. That's
Nobody
how good
was
this movie is.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? There's a lot of mixes in this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And on that note, this has been Vinny.
This is Ozzy.
Anna.
We'll see you guys next time.
Ohana, bitches.